The Lost Boys. What is this? Is this one of your classics? It actually is one of my classics. The Lost Boys is from 1987. It lasts just over an hour and a half. Stars Kiefer Sutherland as David, the head of the Lost Boys. Well, they're never named. Who? The vampires? Yeah, they're named. There's Marco and there's David, like I said. No. They're never called the Lost Boys. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, it also stars Jason Patric, stars Corey Haim as Sam, and it stars Jamie Gertz as Star, and Diane Wiest as Lucy. The nun. Yes, the mum. Let's get into it. So what's the tagline for The Lost Boys? Sleep all day, tardy all night, never grow old, never die. It's fun to be a vampire. Sounds it. It does sound it. So, you saw this, The Thor. Yeah, I grew up watching this movie. I think it is a bit of a 1980s classic. Alright, well, I don't. Yeah, but this is your first time seeing it? Yeah. And you've already seen other vampire things from the last 30 years which might have influenced your take on this movie. Sure, make all the excuses you want. The movie opens with really cool cinematography. You like that? Oh yeah, that's really cool. When you're flying across the water, the cool music's playing. Really atmospheric, it's nice. And then you see some guys on a carousel, you know, a roundabout thing, that they're just walking on it. Do they work there? No, they're just, these are the Lost Boys. This is David and his gang. We find out later that they're vampires.
Really?
And they're just spending time on the boardwalk, having fun. Yeah. Sit on one of the horses. It's more fun. Well, no one seems to be bothered that these guys are just walking around the carousel. I don't know why they're doing it, but no one seems bothered. Yeah, until they start to annoy one guy's girlfriend, and then that guy, some punk, he's like, hey, let's fight. They all get kicked off the boardwalk, and then when the fairground closes, we see a POV shot of something flying, or someone or someone flying, and going after the security guard who kicked him off the boardwalk. He's rushing to get in his car, but he is taken away. Yeah, he would have got away if he had just used his car keys and unlocked the car door. Yeah, I suppose you see him pulling at the handle. What an idiot. Well. Then we cut to a lovely sunny day. Is it the next day? I don't know, I'm going to guess so. And we see Sam, Michael and Lucy. Sam and Michael are brothers. Sam's about 13, 14. I don't know. I don't know either. This is Corey Haim. His big brother Michael is played by Jason Patric. He's about 17. And their mum, Lucy, recently divorced Diane Wiest. Diane Wiest. I think that's how you say it. Sure.
Diane Wiest.
They're off to start a new life in their granddad's house. Yeah, they're moving in with Lucy's father, who is crazy. Well, straight away, Santa Carla seems like a bit of a strange place. Oh my goodness, it looks beautiful from a distance. And then you see a girl kissing a rat. You do actually, yeah. And then you see a big sign that says, Murder Capital of the World. What? Yeah, why would you move there? Why would you live there? What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, they reach the granddad's house and he's dead. Not really, he's just playing dead. And there's no reason behind it. He's just like, hey, my grandsons and my daughter are coming to live with me. I'll pretend to be dead. It'll be hilarious. It's not. Well, speaking of dead, he has got many dead animals in his massive house. He's a psycho. Well, I think he hunts. Yet a psycho. And he has one room specifically which has heads of dead animals on the walls and loads of antlers and horns of animals he's killed.
This is a lovely room of death.
And then we cut to that night and it's down by the beach and Sam and Michael have gone out to watch a concert. Yeah, It's one guy with a saxophone and a live band, topless. Yeah, this guy is a bit of a legend, Tim Capello. Legend? Well, he does Comic-Cons. Oh. Well, everyone's enjoying this music. Yeah, I'll say there are people head-banging to this music. It's saxophone music. How do you head-bang to that? Well, they're clearly enjoying it. Anyway, while they're watching this, Michael sees Star and instantly falls in love. And Sam meets the town weirdos. The Frog Brothers. The Frog Brothers, yeah. What are their names? I don't actually know. I'm sure they do say it in the movie.
Edgar and Alan Frog?
But we'll just call them the Frogs. Frog 1 and Frog 2. Frog 1 can be Corey Feldman. And Frog 2 can be the other guy. Yeah. No one knows his name. Hey, this movie, there are a million extras. There are loads of extras on the beach, on the streets, at the parties, at the fair, at the boardwalk. It's crazy. They couldn't have tied all in, did they? I don't know. They might have said, who wants to be in a movie? Or maybe they bought them lunch. Or maybe they just paid them all. I don't know. And I'll never find out. Why? Because I don't care that much. So Sam meets the Frog Brothers in the comic book store, and straight away they're trying to warn him, take this horror comic, take these vampire comics, they might save your life. Sam's like, I'm not really into horror comics. And while he's speaking to them, the punk from earlier steals one of the comic books and runs off laughing with his friends. Yeah, and Frog 2 runs after them. Like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna get beaten to death. It's not the smartest move. Anyway, later on we see that punk and his girlfriend in a car. He's trying to make out with her, but she's too busy reading a comic. Yeah, laughing hysterically at some comic called Sad Sack. Sounds funny. And then the roof of their car is pulled off and they are both, we assume, murdered. Definitely. And by the way, I noticed they keep giving Sam these comics, these horror comics, just for free. They're gonna go out of business. Well, I think it's their parents' store. Yeah, their parents are definitely dead. They're just rotting corpses in the corner. I don't think you ever see them move, actually. Exactly.
They're dead.
While this comic book stuff's going on, Michael is following Star. He gets to talk to her, and then she instantly gets on a bike with another guy, David, the leader of the vampires. Not that we know that yet, no. After then David says, hey Michael, you want to be cool like us? Get on your bike and join us. So they all go on a little drive, cool 80s music, and riding across sand. Yeah. They ride out the cliff. Michael chickens out. Yeah, as you would. Yeah, I would, yeah. He jumps off his bike and then he goes crazy at David, punches David in the face, and then David and his friends don't beat him up. Don't throw him off the cliff. Don't bite his neck. They say, hey, let's be friends. Come on down to our cave.
You live here?
In the cave, they just sit around, pretty much doing nothing, smoking a little bit, and then they have some food. Yeah, Chinese food. And lucky old Michael gets rice. Just boiled rice. Flavourless, no sauce, no meat, no toppings. Just plain rice.
So basically bland.
But it's so that David then can then play vampire mind tricks on him and say, how's your maggots? And when he looks in the box, it looks like maggots. Then he looks back and it's rice. Same with the noodles. He sees the noodles as worms, and then it turns out, no, they're just noodles. And then they're like, here, drink some of this. Be one of us. And they drink out this fancy bottle, clearly from centuries ago. It looks like an old bottle. Very ornate. Well, Star says to him, don't drink it, it's blood.
Oh, she's made it clear.
Because all the dudes are like, nah, kill, nah, kill, nah, kill. He's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll be cool. That's not cool. It's not. He drinks what he thinks is wine, even though Star specifically and explicitly tells him, this is blood, you don't have to drink it. But he drinks it to be cool. So, what an idiot. And then there's a little montage of him drinking more of it and feeling spaced out and stuff. And Jane Norrison looks on disappointed. So basically, Michael is turning into a vampire now. He goes home and sees his brother Sam, And Sam notices that Michael's reflection is fading, and then he's quite chill about it. He is actually a little bit. Then he runs upstairs, calls the Frog Brothers, and they say, well, kill him. And he says, no, I can't do that, he's my brother. And then, yeah, this is all after Sam's been sent to bed, by the way. That's right, he's sent to bed. And his nan is like, lights out. Even though the sunlight is streaming in through the blinds, it's like 5 p.m. He's like, oh, can I have 5 minutes more with my comic book? Just leave the lamp on for a while longer. And it's daylight. It is daylight, that's a good point. Anyway, this film's great. Don't worry about the little things like that. Little things like logic. Michael runs off, back to the cave. The vampires don't seem to be around, but he finds Star, and they sleep together. Even though, as far as he knows, that's David's girlfriend. Meanwhile, Lucy, who got a job as soon as she arrived in town, her boss is also turning into her love interest. He's taking her out on dates. His name is Max, and yeah, and Sam and the Frog Brothers think Nex is the head of the entire.
Because he is.
So when he comes round for dinner, Sam invites the Frog Brothers for dinner, and they feed him garlic, and they spill holy water on him, and they check his reflection in the mirror. None of this works. He's a regular human, it seems. What we'll find out later is this is only because Michael had invited Max into the house without realising he was a vampire. So, you'd think you could sense him. Yeah, you'd think there'd be some... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
And I'm not coming in until you invite me. You're invited.
So Max leaves and says, Lucy, don't worry, this is our third date, but every time we've gone for a date, Sam has gone crazy about something, called you home or interrupted us or something. So tomorrow we'll have dinner at my house. Yeah.
Time away from the kids.
But the next morning, the Frog Brothers, Sam and Michael decide to steal the granddad's fancy car. Yeah, this car he never takes out of the garage. He's busy putting up the new fence with big stakes.
Hey, Grandpa! Sit out there and borrow your car!
Cheeky lads on their way to commit murder. Yeah, they are actually heading to the vampire cave. Michael shows them where it is. Michael gets Star and Laddie. Who's Laddie? Oh yeah, Star's got this little boy companion who's called Laddie, who, like Star, like Michael, is on his way to becoming a vampire but hasn't actually killed anyone, so isn't a full vampire yet. Yeah, so he takes them out into the car. Instantly, all three of them fall asleep. Yeah.
Why?
The Frog Brothers and Sam head deeper into the cave. Yeah, they find the vampires asleep. And their hideous, hideous feet. Yeah, they've got feet so they can hang upside down and sleep upside down, like bats. Yeah. Why are their entire bodies human-like, that their feet are hideous? Yeah, I don't understand that really, actually. But it doesn't matter. And how do they ride dirt bikes? How do they walk along the... What's going on in this movie? Look, it doesn't matter. Anyway, they happily murder this vampire. Yep, not a moment's hesitation from these teenage lads. Just stab a guy through the heart. Yes, so they stab one of the vampires, and then all the others wake up going crazy, as you would. David chases the boys out of the cave. Yeah, he almost catches them, but then they throw his arm into the sunlight. His hand gets scorched, so he has to let go. That's right. So they just managed to get away. Get back into the car. Sam is driving because Michael is asleep for some reason. One of the Frog Brothers, Corey Feldman, says, "Burn rubber!" And Sam steps on the gas, but the car's in reverse, so they almost go over the cliff. Idiots. And then Sam, who's driving, who did that, turns to Corey Feldman and says,
Burn rubber does not mean warp speed!
Yeah. Why are you telling him? You're the one driving. You're the one who almost killed them. What a weirdo. What a weird little movie. It's a classic. So that night, it's on. Michael and the Frog Brothers, Star, Laddie, and Sam are all home alone. Lucy has gone on a date with Nex. The granddad has gone on a date with some widow. And now it's time for the vampires to attack. Yes. And attack they do. They come flying in. to the house. Yeah, the family dog Nanook is tied up outside like the goat in Jurassic Park. Yeah, Sam and Michael manage to get the dog in just in time. The vampires get into the house. One of them snatches in, and it seems like the rest just sneak in. Seems like it. Because instead of staying to fight that vampire, the Frog Brothers decide, let's kill this young lady and this little boy who are halfway to become vampires. So they chase him around the house, and then their path is blocked by a vampire in the bathroom. What's he doing in there? Just waiting. I think he was pooping. Anyway, earlier on we had a montage of the boys collecting up holy water and garlic and mirrors and things like this. And they filled the Death Toad up with holy water and garlic. And they show it to the vampire and he says, hey, garlic doesn't work, little boys. So they splash water on his face that holy water works. Yes, it burns his face and he goes to attack and kill both the Frog Brothers. But then Nanook comes bursting in the door. How did he open it? I don't know, but he comes bursting in the door anyway and kicks the vampire into the bathtub filled with holy water, and we get a nice sequence of the vampire melting. I like the practical effects. I love that. No cartoon CGI nonsense here. It's all real models and skeletons and stuff. It's gross. I love it. That's cool. So that's one more vampire taken out. Downstairs, another one, the one that smashed in through the house, is advancing on Sam, but Sam has got a bow and arrow. And arrows are more like stakes, really, little mini stakes. So he fires one at the vampire, but it misses him.
You miss, sucker!
Once, pal.
So he fires another one, and it hits him, goes right through him, and smashes him into the stereo system.
Death by stereo.
Yeah, death in stereo would make more sense. Oh yeah, except something, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It does. So the only vampire left is David. So it comes down to Michael versus David, vampire versus half vampire. But by now, he controls the scary vampire face now. Yeah, so they have a little fight in the air, a bit of wrestling, a bit of arguing, and then eventually Michael forces David into his granddad's trophy room onto a set of spiked horns. Yeah. David is dead. And then they're all confused because they're saying, well, if he was the head vampire, why aren't Star and Laddie and Michael returned back to normal? And then Lucy and Nick come running up the path. I don't know why they're in such a hurry. I don't know either. They come running in here in panic. Anyway, they come in and Max starts talking. He goes over and he sees David's dead body, now clean shaven for some reason. Oh yeah. Anyway, but he starts to give a little speech saying, Lucy, you were going to be the mother for my boys, but we can still make it work. You can be the mother, and I'll be the father. We'll have a fantastic vampire family. Yeah, all his boys are dead, by the way. Yeah, he is the head vampire. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. He grabs Sam, and he says, come to me, Lucy, or I'll kill Sam. And he's got a crazy little vampire face at this point. Yeah, and he sticks his tongue out. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Disgusting. And then we hear the granddad's car horn in the distance, not too distant. It comes crashing through the wall, granddad at the wheel, and it drives one of the fence posts right through Max's heart, killing him. I don't know how the granddad did that. Did he drive all the way up the road, across the garden, into a specific fence post, and use the car to force that into the house? I don't know, man. But anyway, he's killed Max, and then he says,
one thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
a heads up would have been nice. You could have told us that, old man, instead of letting us almost die. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the movie. And that's The Lost Boys from, what'd you say, 1967? 1987. It's not that old. So did you not enjoy it? Oh, it was okay. As vampire movies go, it's better than Twilight. It's definitely better than Twilight. But this is okay. Well, I love this movie. Like I said, I grew up in it. For people my age, it's kind of like one of those movies where if someone outrage says they've not seen it, then you're shocked. It's a classic. Sure. It is, right. Have you got any trivia? Yeah. Okay. Do you want it? Yes, please. Santa Cruz, the real-life Santa Carla, was once really called the Northern Capital of the world. Right, okay, that's worrying. Anything else? Yeah, the original ending of this movie was some of the Lost Boys are diving, heading back to their lair, and looking longingly at a photo of Max in the 1900s, looking exactly like he did in the 1980s. Ah, okay. Any more? Yeah. The end credits feature 2 songs, both covers. Title are Strange by The Doors, covered by Echo and the Dunning. Okay. And Elton John's Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, covered by someone else. Okay. Well, let us know what you think of this movie, which I think is a classic. I do not. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. Cry, little sister.